A strong wind meant that conditions would be a real test in the women's triathlon. 1.5 kilometre swim to be followed by a 40-kilometre bike ride and a 10-kilometre run. There was a world-class lineup, which included the current Olympic champion, Switzerland's Nicola Spirig. Aileen Reid from Ireland was another athlete who entered the race with high hopes of a place on the podium. And the silver medalist at London 2012, Sweden's Lisa Norden, was also in the field.
So Reid and Jenkins nearest to us. Norden, the other favourite, is way down. She was in position, what, 30 or so on the pontoon. And unlike a couple of days ago, I think the swell has brought a bit of water in, so they're starting to swim a little earlier.
It does look like the water level is a bit higher. The Caspian Sea, actually the world's largest lake, so you shouldn't have as much current as you would in a usual sea. But the athletes chose to run in, and then there was a bit of porpoising, but it looks like most of them have... No, they're still doing dolphin dives.
And I think that's Reid on the left of the picture there. Reid is certainly... She's fairly tall, which a lot of the athletes said is an advantage. She was certainly one of the ones that said that, but you can see this is a slightly different swim course than they're used to. Normally they dive off the pontoon, straight in the water, they're straight into the action, but here...
But you can see some at the back still trying to wade, stroke run. Then it looks like the leaders now are actually breaking into freestyle, so they've got over that second sandbar. It sort of gets shallow and then deep and then shallow again. So, and with the waves as well, it's hard to know quite what the depth is going to be.
It was one of the toughest swims that some of them had ever faced. Aileen Reid fell away after her good start.
Normally these athletes would be looking to come out of the water in about 18 minutes, so I think this is going to be a pretty slow swim.
So Kleymer and Abramazova were first out of the water and heading for their bikes.
Reid is down in 13th position. Spirig right behind her. They're only 34 seconds adrift, but that's interesting. Spirig and Reid together.
They both had such a strong start, well, especially Reid in the swim, but those conditions obviously didn't quite favour those two athletes.
So the Russian has gone out front, isn't she?
It looks like it. I think that is Abramazova from Russia, who has opened up the lead, but not far behind. Kleymer just getting herself sorted on the bike, having a few drinks, getting comfortable until she'll be ready to settle into a rhythm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if those first three there will start working together to try to keep away from the favourites. Otherwise, they're not going to have much chance later in the race.
Nicola Spirig was in the chasing pack behind the two leaders, but she wasn't getting the support she wanted, so took the decision that it was time to go alone and headed off in pursuit.
One of the pack has made a breakaway from the pack to try and this is Spirig actually.
Spirig is trying to get away. That's interesting. So she's obviously feeling good to try to break that gap, close it down, and I think she is working hard. Spirig took off, and now Spirig is just about caught them. I'm surprised Reid didn't go with her. So now there were two, now there are three.
Well, that was a good tactical move by Spirig if she's not used up too much, and she worked hard, but it's paid off now as she can join a group, and then the three of them, this lead will just open even more now. There's making three, it makes it that much faster, that much easier, because they less time at the front for each one of them, and I'm sure they're going to work together for a certain amount of time.
Once Spirig had caught the other two, the race took on a very different complexion. Running is one of the Olympic champion's strengths, and she didn't take long to move away from her rivals.
Now it's going to be about pacing knowing their ability and knowing how much they've expended on that.
Norden is suffering though, look, you can see straight away. I think there's no two ways about it. You know, the Olympic gold medalist, you can never write him off, can you? And this is only her, what, second top international race of the season. You know, she didn't go to London, I don't think, to run. She just prepared after Cape Town for this race, and she's done it right.
In the end, it was a very comfortable victory.
Still keeping up that immense run pace, but got the energy to shout and whoop and raise her hands in the air.
It's certainly an easier way to win than she did in London. There she's stopping, taking the Swiss flag. Great to see.
I think it was an amazing race for me. I had a good swim on the bike. I could jump one group without taking anyone with me, and it was fantastic to ride with Lisa and Rachel. We were working together, everything happened. And on the run I felt good. I knew I was good prepared, and it was just, I'm so happy I could win here in first European Games, to be the winner, to have the spot for the Olympics now. It's just a perfect day for me.
So, confirmation that Spirig adds European Games gold to her Olympic gold. Silver for Rachel Klamer and bronze for Sweden's Lisa Norden.